Hi everyone, David here from daviddumaisaudio.com, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to turn any mono audio files into a stereo audio file. So let's just jump right into my project here. All right, so on here I have just a sound effect that I recorded, and this is just an oven door that I closed. Right, nothing complex. And I'm actually going to show you guys two ways to do this. So there's two ways to do this. So for the first way to do it, and I'll start from scratch so you can see I already started here. First way to do it, bam, bam, is to copy your sound effect here. So I have my sound effect, and to put it on two separate tracks. So I'll keep this here as my original, just so I have it as a up here to reference. But so here we have it on two separate tracks. And now what we are going to do is put one track into the left channel. So if I put this here, I'm just going to put it here. So first track here, I'm going to put into the left channel, which is right here. And then this second track here, I'm going to put into the right channel, like that. And now if you listen, you should hear the sound is now a bit louder because now we have two files instead of one, but it will still sound mono. Right, so it'll sound a bit louder, but it's still mono. And if we look here, you can clearly see it's still mono coming right down the center. All right, so next thing you'll want to do is to add 10 to 30 milliseconds of delay to one of the tracks. So it doesn't matter which one, but 10 to 30 seconds 10 to 30 milliseconds of delay. So if I zoom in a lot here, you can see up here in my time code, I have 10, 20, 30, and I don't want to do any more than that. So if you do about 15 to 20 here, that should be good. And now if we listen, suddenly you can hear now that you start to have this stereo effect. And you can also do it the other way where you have the other file. It really doesn't matter, like that. And there you go. Same effect. Now, if you want to do basically the same thing, but maybe a bit faster or simpler, what you can do is put in a delay plugin on your file up here. So I'm just going to use Replica because that's just the one I'm used to. But all we're going to do on here is put a delay effect on it. So what we're going to do is turn the feedback all the way down, and I'm going to make this as short as possible. So 64th here, and let's see what we get. All right, so you'll notice that it's actually not working, and what you might need to do is if you're working, for example, inside of Cubase or Nuendo, you might want to put it on a stereo track. So mono files are naturally going to go on a mono track. If you put it on a stereo track, so I'm just going to drag it down onto the stereo track, now it should work, which I think is why it wasn't working before. So let's try that again. Replica, got to turn the feedback all the way down, really short, and let's listen to that by itself. And already you can hear that effect. And if you look at our imager here, you can see now that it's taken up the stereo feel. It's not just a mono sound. It's taken up the whole stereo spectrum. Right? So, of course, you can tweak that. You can make it so that it's a lot shorter or whatever. So. Right, same idea here. So, and what I like to do is once I have, let's say this here, what I like to put on there is recenter here. This just kind of centers the sound a bit more. I guess it's just because now your sound is going to be a bit more to the side because you're panning one of the sounds a little bit more to the right or left. So because of that, I like to put this in. It's really a minor difference, but it's just my preference. And that's the way I like to set it up for me. So another way that you can do it is to, again, you want to split it up into two channels, like I have down here. You have your right, or your left and your right. So I'm just going to label it so we know what we're talking about here. So left and right. And what I'm going to do now is send these two into a new track. So I'm actually going to send it to a group track. So I'm just going to do that right now. Add it to a group track. I'm just going to call it stereo group. Here we go. So now if I play it, yep, I can see here that it's coming into the stereo group here. Like that. And now on the stereo group, what I put is a Zoom MS decoder plugin. And what this does, it's meant for mid-side processing of files for mid-side microphones. So what the mid-side decoder does is basically for a mid-side microphone, it'll pick up two channels. One is the mid channel, and then which is a mono signal, and then the side channels, which is going to be a stereo signal. And what it does when you're recording with a mid-side microphone is that it actually takes, let's say, the mid channel, and it'll put it on the left, and then it'll take the sides and put it on the right. And then so you need a decoder to basically split them up to create the stereo file. So we're basically kind of doing the same thing here and using this to kind of cheat our way into creating a stereo file. So let's play this and hear if it helps. So if I take it all the way down, no sides, you'll hear, and I'll show you guys right now, it is just a stereo or a mono file. And as soon as I bring it in the sides here, now it's a stereo file. And I can control how much of the sides I want. Right? So this is really ridiculous. And this is a bit more like it. And again, I'd like to put, so if you see here my mixer, I like to put recenter on that just to bounce it out and make sure it's actually right dead in the center. And there you go. Now I have a nice stereo file. Right? And I should say for this plugin here, this is actually a free plugin. So I'm going to put in a link in the description if you guys are interested in downloading this. And yeah, like I said, just put these two, one on the right, one on the left, put them into a group track or into a separate track, and then you put this decoder on, and then that's basically it. You add how much of the mids and the sides that you want, and then you have yourself a nice stereo file. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked that. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments, if I missed anything, or if you guys have other tricks to make mono sound effects into a stereo sound effect. And so I think that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.